Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken. I hope this video finds you well. And since this morning, when I got up, probably got 4 inches of snow. And I'll give you a glimpse of the weather outside right here. Okay, should be back. The intent of this video, or what I was hoping to do, and I've spent 5 or 6 weeks making it comfortable, or attempting to make it comfortable in the wood shop, and I was just going to go back and actually do some more safety on the wood shop, and I was going to go and put some more OSB up, and I'll show you if I can find it. I put it here. I was just going to put some covers on so the grandkids can't come around and stick our light switches. And so when I got up this morning, I thought, hey, I'm having a pretty good day. It's snowing outside, got a few inches, don't have a problem. And remember when I got up this morning, it was, I think I was out of the house by 5:30. Got up to go do my chores in the snow. Not having a bad day, having a good day, with the intent of coming back and working on my little bit of a hobby area. And I use this light, and I'll theme this light down in the description because I like a hand-free light, and I've got to go feed my animals before daylight and break up water. The primary role, not so much the food, is I got to break water troughs up. So I went out, came back in. I'm going to have a good day, and then I realized the weather, that I'm going to have to actually get a truck, go get a truck and move some snow, because I'm going to have enough snow by the end of the day into tomorrow that we can't commute back and forth. And the main reason I move snow or plow the driveway is that EMS vehicles can't get to us. It's not so much that we get to the blacktop, because sometimes we go several days without going to the blacktop. But if you've ever been in a snow area like we have, every year it's going to do the exact same thing, except for average snow for us is 4 feet. But I remember, I'll tell you a little story. I remember as a kid, and I think it was between 76 and 79, that I remember being in my grandparents' house, and my grandfather had to commute from the house to the shop because he's got to go do the same thing I did. I just expressed. He's got to go break up water and feed animals. But his shop was only about 40 feet away from the house. But he can't commute. I think my grandfather was like, 5'10", 5'8", 5'10", if I remember correctly. He's got to dig a path from the house to this little shop. And my job on that day, because I'm the oldest grandkid in the family, I had to go up the second story roof, window, and watch Grandpa make sure he made it to Grandma sent me upstairs to make sure that I made sure that Grandpa went from the house to the shop, and the shop was about 40 feet. And Grandpa was 5'8", and it seemed like I remember, if I kept track of the snow shovel, because I couldn't always see where Grandpa was, that once he got to the shop, he would tap the shovel on the top of the door frame and tap the shovel on there. And then once we got the stove, or Grandpa got the stove going, and I seen smoke coming out of the chimney, I'd go downstairs and I'd gather up all the other grandkids, and we would run over to the shop, because we'd rather be in the shop with Grandpa than in the house. But anyway, that's a long story, and that's totally around the barn. Okay, so that leads me to wants and needs. I want to stay in basically a climate-controlled wood shop and continue doing that. Continue my development of my wood shop, but I need to go get a farm truck running and to plow. which kind of leads me to another story. And at my age, I've got my share of stories, but this is another story, and it rubs me. It's been probably 3 years ago since I read this post, and where society, I don't know if you could say my generation of society, but society is going to. And the story goes, 3 years ago, and I remember on the channel, I promote self-sufficiency, and homesteading kind of goes along with self-sufficiency. You're going to need to do it yourself. So we got a post, I don't remember what social media site it was on, but it was on one of them. One, YouTube, or it was on X, or it was on Facebook, but get a post. Power's gone out. I've made allowances and put money and time into preparing for this situation. Power goes out. We get a post. Does anybody have a generator? And surprisingly, I was totally surprised. Of course, our homestead has generators, and we're prepared for power outage. We've got a power outage. And the post went, does anybody have a generator? So goes along, we're doing our thing, our generator's running, we're in good shape because we spent time and effort into preparing for this situation, because we know it's going to happen every winter. Every winter you're going to lose power, you're going to have 4 feet of snow, it's going to be cold, that's the nature of the winter, and we know that's going to happen. But get this post, we need a generator. So it went a couple hours later, it was, hey, does anybody have any gas? Because apparently whoever the Good Samaritan was supplied the generator, and I'm assuming it's new because it doesn't have any fuel in it, to this third party. And so now, not only have they asked for a generator, which I thought was a big ask, they've asked for gas. They need gas now. And I thought to myself, well, that seems ungrateful and a little bit extreme, but okay. Now remember, me and the homesteader, we're without a power. We're on a generator, and we've got our own fuel supply and all of that situation. But then they asked for gas. This third party, they asked for gas on the social media. A little bit later, we're thinking. By this time, we're thinking, well, I'm hoping that person is doing okay, whoever that person was. Later on, a couple hours later, they say, oh, don't worry about it. Somebody has paid for a hotel stay an hour away from us, from this community I live in, and they're going to go they're just going to go stay in the hotel. Them and the whole family, somebody's provided for that. So when I went to, I'd rather be here or go outside, I automatically went to, I'm going to go outside and fix that truck. I don't need somebody else, because I promoted more than once that self-sufficiency, I can take care of myself. If you keep relying on a third party or other individuals to assist you in your dire straits, I don't think you've actually put the amount of effort into your situation that you need to. Okay, remember, I want to be in the wood shop under the heaters, but I need to get this truck running. So I'll kind of show you a little bit here in just a minute. I didn't use a jump pack this time. I actually have the battery charger inside, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Okay, let's get that charger off there in the cab of the truck, and then an extension cord too, because this truck should run by itself now. Even though I got to change that battery out, that alternator should run that battery for a little bit. Okay, we should be done under the hood, and I'll just get that cord wound up. I had to go find an extra extension cord for that charger. Okay, we're just going to throw that cord in the cab for right now and get some of that snow off that windshield so I can actually move this truck. Very much yet, but we're trying to take this down the hill just a little bit into that big pile you see on the right hand side. Okay, trailer in front of me. Let's see if we can get the snowplow picked back up.